There is one extremely effective exercise you can use to improve either your spoken or written English. This is effective because it forces you to comprehend, process, and then make something with what you've comprehended and processed. This exercise simply is a summary. But it's very important that when you make a summary, you do it in your own words as you understand it, rather than trying to remember exactly what word or words you heard or read. Now, we're going to do this with a video. I'm recommending that you do summary exercises with videos because that forces you to develop your listening skills, and it feels more conversational. It feels more like a situation you would encounter in your daily life rather than looking at something. Also, it makes it less tempting to go word for word. If you read a text and then you try to do a summary based on the text, you might be tempted to repeat some of the sentences exactly. Whereas if you hear something, you can't even remember it well enough to do exactly word for word. So it forces you to actually think about what it's about and say it in your own words. That's the exercise. We're going to actually do it. I'm going to show it to you, a real example. I haven't practiced this. I'm going to do it just like you would do it, okay? So, steps. Number 1, you pick a video. Should be short, but not too short. 30 seconds, probably too short. A minute, maybe too short. 2 minutes to 3 minutes, probably good. Has to be long enough so that you can't remember almost every word. Okay, so a couple minutes. 10 minutes is probably too long. So you choose a video, find one that's challenging. If it's too easy and you understand every single word, then you're not really pushing yourself. Make sure you're challenging yourself a little bit. News, interviews, conversations, a short YouTube video about something, TEDx, they have some good videos, things like that, okay? I'm not telling you exactly what you have to find, but I'm going to do a news clip. Step 2, you watch it. Watch it once, watch it twice, watch it as many times as you need. Take notes if you want. Try to remember the main points. Now, you're not trying to understand specific words and phrases. What you're trying to do is remember what it's about. So, as you're listening, what is this about? What are they talking about? And then once you understand it, forget about it. Now you have an understanding of what this is about. Then you imagine, step 3, imagine that you're explaining what that's about to someone who may or may not watch that. Oh, there's a really good video about this. You should check it out. And then they say, oh yeah? Tell me more about it. Oh, well. So imagine that you're explaining this video to someone who may watch it. And you're giving them a summary, and that summary may encourage them to watch it. They might watch it because you gave a summary. Or if your summary is so good, maybe they don't need to watch it because your summary is great. So I like to imagine it that way. I'm explaining it to someone in a slightly simpler way to give them the main ideas of that, okay, in my own words. That's the exercise. That's all it is. Now, you can write this down if you want to. If you want to do this as a writing exercise, you can do it as a writing exercise. I'm going to do it as a speaking exercise, and as we watch the video, I'm going to be making a couple of notes, because again, I'm doing this right now, okay? So I haven't practiced this. I'm going to be taking a couple notes so that I can remember a few things, so that when I do my summary, I will at least be able to follow the main points. I'm not writing down what's in the video. I'm writing down what I think it means. I'm writing down my understanding of it, okay? So, let's check out the video. Here we go.
There's been violence in Oakley's main shopping strip as angry lockdown protesters clashed with police. The mask-free mob claims the stay-at-home orders are killing more people than they're protecting. Laura Turner was there.
Oakley's Eaton Mall paved with aggression. But lead demonstrators were met with no-nonsense police. They claim this is their right.
I'm in my 5Ks. I'm here exercising. Exercising my legs and my flag.
While an arrest was made, animosity toward police boiled.
You f***ing bully. You're a f***ing bully, mate.
Their message embroiled in anger.
Report the truth!
Start talking to you, mate.
Report the truth or get the out of my face!
Demonstrators down here deny that this is a protest, rather an act of support for local businesses.
Stop complying, everyone. Stop complying. Get out of your houses. Kiss your nana on the lips. Kiss your kids.
But the organising group made no contact with local businesses ahead of the demonstration, though there were traders there in support, levelling anger at the Premier.
And it's just total lies. Forget spin, it's not spin. Two cases. Like, it's just beyond comprehension. And we've got to get a voice.
And inside local stores, the word was, in terms of finances, this third lockdown takes the cake.
I would say about $25,000.
And how do you get that back?
Well, we don't.
Across Melbourne, lockdown fatigue. At the Tan and on the Bay, masks appeared optional, a frustration that's reached the suburbs.
You don't know what tomorrow brings. Are you going to open your doors?
Where the anger resulted in one arrest and 2 infringement notices. Though not everyone agreed this was the way to make a point.
If you guys are crazy, put on f***ing masks. You're in a crowd.
Very interesting. Okay. Now, you might then pick up, as you listen to this or another video you watch, some idioms. This one takes the cake. Paved. Okay, they're using paved in an interesting way. Take the cake in an interesting way. There are some interesting idioms that you could pick out here. That's kind of beside the point. So it's great that you learn some new expressions, some new idioms, but that's not what this exercise is about. So you write down a few points, things you want to remember, things you want to say. If you don't want to write them down, fine. Then you just try it. Record yourself. So I'm going to try a rough version of a general summary of what's going on here so that you would have the basic idea that then you could make a decision on. You could use that and say, okay, I want to watch that video or not. Okay, it should be good enough so that you know what the basic idea is. It's very important to note that there's not only one way to do this. There are many ways to do this. Right? There are 100 different ways, 1,000, 1,000,000 different ways to give a summary, and you shouldn't lock yourself into doing it one specific way. So, here we go. In Australia, there have been some protests against the restrictions that the government is placing on small businesses and on people in general regarding the coronavirus situation. Some people have come out against it, exercising what they say is their free speech, to say that they don't have to wear masks and to confront the police and let the police know that, hey, we have the right to decide not to wear a mask. We have the right to run our businesses. The protesters who came out and clashed with the police, they said they were there to support businesses. But that's questionable. They may have been there to support businesses, but the businesses were not contacted before the protest that happened recently. So a lot of people yelling, a lot of people screaming about freedom of speech and being forced to wear masks and obey restrictions. And one person was arrested at the recent protest. Then the question is this actually affecting local businesses? The restrictions? Yes, it seems to be negatively affecting businesses. A lot of business owners are saying, I don't know what's coming next. I don't know when the rules are going to change. It's hurting my business. I've lost a lot of money. The restrictions are not helping, and it's really hurting my ability to support myself. So some business owners seem to be really frustrated by it, and there seems to be a lot of disagreement about wearing masks. Not that everyone thinks that, but seems like there's a pretty large group of people who are very against it in public. Okay, so that's my summary. I could do it again differently. I could try it again and make it a little more condensed, a little more maybe compact. But Doing different versions of it is actually a good way to practice expressing your thoughts more clearly, right? You could do a version of it that's less than 20 seconds and try that out and see how clear that can be. Try different things. Play around with it. Try doing it spoken, record yourself. Try doing it written. Try to write a summary and see if you can make it as clear and simple as possible. It's really a great way to work on your listening. It's a great way to learn new idioms and phrases. And it's a great way to improve your general speaking ability and your general writing ability, right? Because you have to actually explain something in your own words. Okay. If you have any questions about how to do this, if you want to share your summaries, please do that in the comments. Please share your summaries, your examples, the things that you're working on in the comments. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and also check out my full courses in the links in the description.